Hey everyone, we are back with next video in the Cosmos series, and this is going to be a very interesting series because out of all the databases that Azure provides, Cosmos DB is one of the most complicated but very easy to use. There's a lot of features that we need to dig around. That's the reason I'm saying it's going to be very interesting. So as of now, we talked about the high level understanding of Cosmos DB, uh, why we need Cosmos DB, what it is, and how can we utilize it, what are the benefits that it could provide us. We talked about that already in the very first video of this series. Then we tried to take care of the APIs as much as we can, but if you want to dig it furthermore, you can definitely check the MS documentation on that. Uh, if I think I did share the links. If I did not, I'll definitely go ahead and uh, share the link in the description box of this video again. And in this video, what we do, let's try to create the Cosmos DB because we know what it is now. We know how this help us. How can this help us, and various features as of now, like an overview for sure, and understanding of the APIs we have. So let's go ahead and try to create the Cosmos DB from the Azure portal and go through the various options that we need to fill while creating the Cosmos DB. And we'll be talking about those options, which is you there are so many options that we know is always there for any resource of the Azure. But what I'm talking about specifically with regards to the Cosmos DB, for example, when we create it, there is of course resource group, we all know that, but we also need to select the account name. So what is account name? Account name is the name of the uh, Cosmos DB account. It is not the name of your database. You can create multiple databases inside the account. And earlier, when we used to create the Cosmos DB, there was an option to select the kind of API you can in the wizard. But as we know, there are like always changes are happening, updates are happening. So now we need to select at the very beginning what DB Cosmos DB account we need to create as per what API at the very beginning. I'll show you while doing it, but let's go through little uh, uh, talk about little things that we need to fill during the creation of Cosmos DB. So that's the account API we talked about. Location matters for if you are like you are going to create it in a single region, but if you're going to use the multi-region and you know multi-write, then still location matters because you need to choose where users are. You're gonna use that location as a multi-write. So location is where you want to place your DB, which is usually near to your user base, right? Then we would also have geo redundancy, or I would say it is geo replication, where we can choose the other regions as a read replica, or this is Cosmos, so you could also opt for the write replicas, right? So these are a few things that we need to configure while creating the Cosmos DB, and rest of the things we'll see while we are creating it. So let's get to the portal and uh, configure Cosmos. Share my screen. Din, din, din. There we go. Okay. All right, let's get on it. So you see I'm on my Azure portal, and here I need to type Cosmos, and I have the Azure Cosmos DB. The only thing we need to do is click here, create Azure Cosmos DB, and you will see all the APIs that we talked about. SQL, Mongo, Sandra, Table, Gremlin. All these 5 APIs, which will provide you access to your database. Or what we're going to use for this demonstration is the default one, that is core SQL, which is also recommended. So you see, we need the resource group. Let me call it Cosmos RG. Then we have the account name. Let's go ahead and create the account name. Let me call it Cozy Account 321. This has to be unique, else it will not pick it up. Uh, uh, then we have the location. West US is fine. We can change that as well. Let's go to East US. Don't want to fail in the process because sometimes uh, this subscription that I have would not allow to create in different regions, but East US is always welcomed. Now, this is something is very interesting: provision throughput and serverless. Serverless was not there like a couple of months back, and this is new, just like in Azure SQL database. And we can choose the provision throughput, and there is also something interesting, which is what? Which is apply free tier discount. So what that means? That means Azure is promoting the Cosmos DB because it is really a wonderful service to work with. So if you're using first time and you want to use it, you could apply for the free tier discount, in which you will get first 1000 RU per second and 25 gigs of storage for free. But we don't want to use it as in DB. We are just going to create it and deleting it, so that's fine with us. So I'm not going to use it. Do not apply this. But it's good to know information. We do have discount, we do have serverless. Don't worry about the RUs and throughput. We will gonna talk about all these in the performance video for the Cosmos DB account. So these are the very basic information which are needed to create the Cosmos DB account. Rest is the generalized, as we have already seen. But here, generalized means geo redundancy, we all know, but we do have the multi-region rights option as well. We can enable it right now. If I enable it, it would give me an option to choose the region later. So for now, let it be disabled, so that when we will be exploring these topics individually, because these are great topics to discuss in individual videos, rather just saying it's geo redundant, choose any location and it will replicate. We would like to talk about a little more on these topics, but we all are aware of these as per our the very first video in Cosmos DB. So go to the networking. It's the same thing like any other PaaS service. You could also utilize a private endpoint of the Cosmos DB. It's very good to know. Now, the backup policy. This is something wonderful. You can utilize the backup from the wizard. Then and there, you can opt for it. You could use the geo redundant backup or the zone and the locally as well. So let's go to the encryption, the same feature that any other PaaS service has. We could have service manage or the customer manage. So there's nothing much. And then we got tag and review and create. Let's click on that. Once oh, it's already yeah, successful validation. Let's create it. So once it is created, we'll try to go through the Cosmos window pane. There you will find a couple of things there as well that we can talk about, but would definitely go ahead and talk about the most important features in very detail. For example, the structure of the Cosmos DB, the performance, as I said, the partition key, how the partitioning happens, and how to choose the partition key. What is the good partition key? What are the bad partition key? What things we need to keep in mind while choosing that, right? And structure of the database, and also change feed notifications. uh, there are so many things that we can talk about in the Cosmos DB. That's why I was mentioning this series is going to be very interesting. There's a lot of new things to explore. So let's wait while it's in progress. All right, so it's done. It doesn't take much time. not more than 2 minutes. So let's click on the resource. Now we have a lot of things at the left hand side, just like any other resource in the past service or any other service. Okay, so the most important thing that we need to see here is, let me scroll down, these settings, like replicate data globally. We will enable it and we will talk about it. The consistency setting, here we have 5 level of consistency. We'll try to understand what are these consistency and how to choose the best for our application. What are the difference between these and where they are applicable, what kind of application they're applicable for. Hold on, backup and restore is already there. Firewall, these things we already talked about. Let's come to overview. Now we do have option to enable geo redundancy from the top. Data Explorer is something which is inbuilt, which will give us the access to our database. For example, if I'm going to click on add container, it will open the Data Explorer. You see it goes to the Data Explorer. Now here how it is. If you have seen, we are creating the database here. At the beginning, we created the account. Under the database, we are creating a container, okay? And under the container, we'll be creating uh, different kind of partitions like logical and physical on the basis of partition key, which is in reality, we are not creating the physical and logical, it creates by itself, but we are deciding the partition key, which is the reason, or which is responsible for those kind of partitioning that we will discuss in the future. And here is the RUs, or you can say uh, combined unit, like storage, CPU, memory, everything combined, it's RU. The unit of throughput in Cosmos is RUs that you can select, which gets divided into the containers. So that's how we simply create the Cosmos DB. That simple it is. But now you need to configure it as per your need. Uh, okay, and you can access through the Data Explorer right here. Here you can add your databases, and as soon as we are getting into the series, we will be getting more familiar with these options, because each of these options would require a lot of time to spend so that we could understand the concept, we could understand how it is working. So let's meet in another video where I'll be explaining you the performance matrices, like the throughput or the storage, how and what for those things. And then we'll be talking about the structure. If you see, if I click on container, there is a database ID, there is a container ID and those kind of stuff, so that it will start looking very familiar to us. Uh, okay. And you'll see one more thing here. If you see at the top, there is no option to pause the Cosmos DB. It's just because we have in data warehouse. It doesn't mean like we would have everywhere. So we do not have that option here. All right, so let's meet in another video. Till then, take care and keep working out. Bye-bye.